This video aims to make known some facts about Islam and is dedicated to Muslims as well as people of other beliefs. It is generally accepted that Islam began with the beginning of the revelation of the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad, and that he began to preach monotheism to his people. It was around 610 AD. Although the Muslim calendar or Hijri calendar begins with the exile of Muhammad and the first Muslim community to Medina in 622. The Prophet Muhammad lived in the Quraysh tribe, which was an Arab people who worshipped many deities. These people lived in Mecca and practiced the pilgrimage every year. The Kaaba was already a place of pilgrimage before Islam. The beginning of Islam was very difficult, because the Quraysh people did not accept that one of them tries to make them deny their idols and deities, and devote themselves to the worship of God alone, without associating anything with Him. Although at that time there were Jewish and Christian people who lived among them. No, Islam is not different from other monotheistic religions. Let me explain. Allah is not another God than the one worshipped by Christians and Jews. Indeed, for Muslims, Islam is the continuation of Judaism and Christianity. Although the majority of Jews and Christians are against this assertion. But the three monotheistic religions were not intended to divide. To explain this clearly, when Jesus came, He did not aim to create a new religion. He came to guide the Jewish people and make them renounce some things opposed to religion. And they divided. Because some followed Him, while others rejected Him. And it is the same situation that happened when the Prophet Muhammad appeared. Some Jews and Christians followed Him, without denying the God in whom they believed. And neither did they deny the prophets who came before. No Muslim will affirm that Allah is a different God than the one worshipped by Moses, Jesus, Abraham, Noah, Joseph, in short, all the prophets of the Bible. To understand this, it is important to read a verse from the Quran. He has ordained for you the way which He decreed for Noah, and what we have revealed to you, and what we decreed for Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Uphold the faith and make no divisions in it. What you call the polytheists to is unbearable for them. Allah chooses for Himself whoever He wills, and guides to Himself whoever turns to Him. Some people speak of submission to God. Others speak of peace. First of all, you should know that there is no word in English that has the same meaning as the word Islam. So, Islam cannot be translated by a single word in English. And translating the word Islam as submission and the word Muslim as someone who submits to God is not really accurate, because it implies that we have no choice and it has a negative connotation in English. While in Arabic, this word has a meaning of inner peace. The word Islam is therefore an Arabic word, which has the same root as the word salam or shalom in Hebrew, which indeed means peace. But even if Islam has the same root as the word salam, it is not the primary meaning of the word. Islam should rather be translated as find inner peace by submitting to God in confidence and of our own free will. The word Quran means the recitation or the reading. It is a text that was revealed to Muhammad over a period of 23 years. The Quran is a text that is considered perfect and unequaled by many Arabs, including non-Muslims. Listening to it, even if you don't understand Arabic, can give you a glimpse of the beauty of the text with the sound of the rhymes used. During the lifetime of the Prophet, the Quran was memorized by him and his companions, and it was transmitted orally. Some companions who were literate had already started writing parts of the Quran. Many Muslims knew the Quran by heart at that time. And this is when the number of these people began to decrease, due to wars and natural causes, that it was decided to transcribe the text of the Quran, to prevent it from getting lost and altered over time. You should know that very old copies of the Quran have been discovered by archaeologists, some from the 1st century of Islam. This is therefore a proof for the critics that the Quran has not been modified since it was revealed. To consider ourselves a Muslim, there are things we must believe in, and practices we must follow. Islam is based on 5 pillars that every Muslim is supposed to do if he can. This is also the meaning of the 5-pointed star, which is a symbol of Islam like the crescent moon, and which can be seen on several flags. 5-pointed star like 5 pillars. The first pillar is the Shahada, which can be translated as testimony or profession of faith. It's a sentence that every Muslim knows and which says, "There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah." And in Arabic, "Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah." The second pillar is the prayer, which must be performed 5 times a day at specific times. The third pillar is almsgiving. Muslims are supposed to donate a fixed amount of their property to charity every year. The fourth pillar is fasting. Muslims are supposed to fast during the holy month of Ramadan. But there are exemptions for the elderly, pregnant women, children, breastfeeding mothers, and those who are physically or mentally incapable of fasting. And the last pillar. The pilgrimage to Mecca is the only pillar that is not mandatory, but it is recommended, because not everyone has the possibility or the financial means to make this trip.